Okay, hello ma'am, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm doing great, thanks. So today we will do module 3, which is the simple future tense. Simple future tense. Um, there's two main forms or structures that we can use to express the future simple tense or simple future tense. The first one is will plus the verb, and the second one is the verb to be and then going to. So both of these structures refer to a specific time in the future. So just like the simple past tense refers to a specific time in the past that has started and stopped, this refers to a specific time in the future. Both of these two forms, will and going to, can be used in very similar ways, but there are a few differences that can be confusing for some English learners. So we'll talk about those today. So first, the will form is structured or constructed like this: the will plus the verb. So can you read these 4 sample sentences, please?
Okay, I will go to the cinema tonight. He will play basketball tomorrow. She will be happy with her exam results. They will take the bus next week.
Good. So again, this is very simple. So if you want to talk about the future, you just put will in front of the verb, and you're done. It's very easy.
I
Next,
have a question. I'm sorry. Why is will be?
uh,
Like,
because we use the base verb. So again, normally if it was the simple present tense, we would say like he plays basketball, or so I play, you play, but he plays. But when we use will, we're just using that base verb. So the base verb is the verb to be. So that's why she, simple present tense, she is happy with her exam results, or in the future, she will be happy.
okay.
And then next we have the going to form. So this would be the verb to be, then going to, and then the verb. So can you read these 3 example sentences here?
You are going to meet Jane tonight. Are you going to meet Jane tonight? You are not going to meet Jane tonight.
So look at the differences between the question forms and the negative form there. So what do you notice about the word order between the statement and the question?
The statement is like what they call you is a pronouns come before verb to be.
In this sentence, it's the subject. So you're right. So
Okay.
so in the statement, the subject goes first, but then in the question, the subject goes right here in between are and going. So again, so I could do a sentence like this. I could say, he is going to work today. Can you change this into a question?
Is he going to work today?
Perfect. And then similarly, for the negative, we just add not, between are and going. Okay, so let's move on and look at some of the situations when will and going to are usually used. So first, we use will for actions that we decide to do at that very moment. So the best example for this would be if the telephone rings in your house. And you can say, "Oh, I'll get it. I'll get the phone," or or if somebody knocks at the door, "Oh, I'll get it. I'll get the door." So it would sound very strange if you said, "I'm going to get the door." So it would sound like you were planning for somebody to come, and that was a future plan. So in this case, if somebody knocks at the door, you wouldn't say, "I am going to get the door." You say, "Oh, I'll get it. I will get the door." So let's look at some of these example sentences here, please. Can you read those 4?
Okay, I will go to the library now. I will call the taxi for you. Thanks, but I don't need to, but I don't need a ride. I will walk home. I think we will go now. You just decided this right now.
Yeah, that's right. So, so again, it wasn't your future plan. It was like, okay, I think we will go now. Or, if somebody says, hey, Micah, do you need a ride? It's like, no, thanks. I will walk home. A couple things, and we'll talk about this a little bit in more detail later in the lesson today, but I want you to notice that American speakers will almost always use contractions for these. It's even hard for me to say, I will walk home. That's not the way I would normally speak. Every time I would say, I'll walk home, or, I'll call a taxi for you. So it's sometimes hard for people to pronounce. Can you say this word? So this is the contraction of I will. Can you say this?
I'll.
Yeah, that was very nice. Good. I'll. So I'll call a taxi for you. I'll walk home. You'll be late if you don't leave now. So when American speakers use this form, we almost always use the contractions. Okay, continuing. In contrast, we use going to if we planned to take that action before we started to speak. So look at some of these examples. Can you read these four sentences or four example sentences?
I am going to go to the library after my mother comes home from work. Your aunt is going to call a taxi for you after dinner. He is going to pick me up after school today. Who are you going to invite to the party?
Good. So again, these are more set plans. So these are things that you were planning to do, before you were speaking. So again, you can see these are slightly different. I mean, sort of a similar idea, but different form. So here, I will call a taxi for you. Don't worry, I will call. But then here, your aunt is going to call a taxi for you after dinner. So that's the plan. You're going to eat first, and then she is going to call a taxi.
Going is like for like like right now. The will kind of like more like a little bit of longer term future. Is that what's the difference between going and?
Yeah, no, that's the opposite. So I'll is more sort of like a sudden decision. Like imagine we were at a party and we ran out of ice. Oh no, there's no more ice for the drinks at the party. I'll go to the store and get the ice. Don't worry, I will go to the store and get the ice. So that's sort of just you weren't planning to run out of ice. But now that we ran out, somebody should go to the store. I will go. Don't worry. But if you said, I'm going to go and get ice, that sounds like you had that plan of running out and you had thought about it in advance.